Speaking of twerking.
Yo, my youth. Me like how y'all look for me, you know.
No, man. All right. So the last topic is I don't have to see. Well, it's been over social media, but Dr. J seemed like she don't really consume this kind of foolishness. But um, here's what happened. Here's the situation. At a popular brunch spot in Dallas, Texas, this past weekend. It would be clearer if I show the video, but I didn't pull it up and all that. But all right, so a place called True Kitchen in Dallas. And True Kitchen.
Yeah.
And apparently it's it's a popular brunch spot with black owned, and primarily black people go there and hang out. It's about DJ for brunch and all these things. And and so this past weekend, this video went viral where the owner came out and like cussed some people out. So what had happened was, the DJ was playing some music. There's a song, Throw That Ass in a Circle. I think it's the name of the song. And so, hey, ladies at brunch having a good time. The song come on, the DJ, I lick some nice tune, and they get up and start twerking like in the restaurant. And he's trying to maintain a nice establishment, right? So he went over and so they showed like so the video of him going off went viral. So he then had to release the videos of he came over to them a couple times before. And there is the surveillance video from the restaurant. So you couldn't hear the audio, but to see him kind of walk over and talking to them and, like he's like reasoning with them, like, you can't stand on the furniture and twerk with your ass all on the window in my restaurant. Right? And then so he did that one time. They kept on doing it and come back a second time and pleaded them, and they didn't do it. And so now the video that went viral, he came out and he's like, this is a nice establishment. I'm trying to do something for my people. And if you can't, go along with that, you can get the fuck out my restaurant. Yeah, you can get the you can get the fuck out my restaurant. I don't need your money, right? And so this thing has been talked about all over the place. It's a couple hundred miles from here, so it has been really talked about here. So what do y'all think about that? Did he handle it the right way? I'll start with the ladies. Ladies first. What do you think?
As my mother would say, even in hell there are rules. So if you go to this man's place and he don't want that there, just don't do it. If you want his food, eat his food and leave.
But did he handle it the right way? Not the word they wrong.
How many times did he ask nicely before he had to behave like they were?
3 times per the surveillance video.
I mean, maybe he didn't handle it the right way, but some people you don't get through to them unless you're talking their language. So if that's the only way he could get through to them, then.
All right. So you are pro get the fuck out. Gotcha. All right. Texas Doc. What is it?
Well,
Texas Doc.
I would have to agree with her. There are rules.
Man, these ladies, cutthroat.
You have to be respectful of people's rules when you go into their house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these, I am assuming, were not toddlers; they were adults. So it should have just required one time until they say, "Don't do it." You're supposed to be able, if you can't follow that, you're supposed to behave like a hooligan. Come the third talk. It shouldn't get so, at that point in time, if you don't understand English and if you don't understand normal human to human conversation, then, you just get hooligan treatment. So
you're against brunch twerking. Sounds like.
Okay, but let me ask you, let's back up a little bit here. Who typically hangs out there? I mean, are there children there? What's going on?
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, I haven't been there, but then just thinking of the most popular brunch spots here in Houston, you only have kids there. You know, if they have a DJ, if DJ playing all kinds of music, you know, it's probably like mostly like a young 20-somethings hanging out drinking mimosas all day, and you know they're just going with the flow. So it's not like a kid-friendly environment. It's
Okay,
young
but
20 people. It's like a party,
yeah, but nevertheless,
but it's not about the restaurant.
yeah, you have to have rules because you know if you allow one person to do this, then by next week or whenever
You're
it's
not
open again,
making
the
nothing.
whole the whole thing is gonna become devalued. So you have to put a stop to it. And like I said,
Okay.
you're adults. So if you ask you nicely the first time, it shouldn't require a third time, and it shouldn't require somebody have to behave like one old sitting till you stop.
I knew the ladies were going to be against the twerking. All
You're
right.
not against twerking. You're against you doing it where you're not. It is not wanted.
The environment, right?
I know. I'm just doing it for the TV. Just doing it for the cameras. Special.
Yeah.
Are you pro twerk or anti brunch twerk?
No,
How you feel?
I am for it. Let me tell you.
Of course you are.
Let me tell you the problem now.
Mm.
You know, you have to look on the environment. You know, a Dallas that motor, you have to drape up a guy, you know. They head tough, you know. You know? So if you've ever spent any time in there, go out there, you might have to drape up a guy just to make him hear you. But,
Where's your wife from again? I forgot.
What?
Is it? Where's your wife from? All right, go on, continue.
but anyway,
All right, go on.
anyway, you know, you can have very diplomatic ways you can ask people to leave your place. I don't think you should ever handle anybody like that. And one other thing is that is what security is for. You call security and say, "Yo, fling out a brother."
But if it's a brunch place, would you need to have security?
No,
In Dallas, yeah.
In Dallas, anywhere you have more
I'm
than
joking.
10 black people together. You
There's
need
a
to have
Houston
security.
Dallas thing, so
Right?
I'm
I
joking,
don't care
but
what anybody wants. If you have more than 10 people there, right,
Yeah.
you need to have security, right?
Yeah, Dallas people.
I have thrown house parties when I was at PV. And just because some people come from Dallas and come from Houston, then start war. Some people are rep Dallas, some are rep Houston. And fight kick off. And then
and you call security.
Of course. They don't own another place, and them a fight over it. But at a certain stage, you call security. You don't tell the guy that as a paying customer. You don't tell him that. You call security and then fling him out.
Thanks. What you say?
And look, all indicators show me he was dead wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, you said it was in Dallas. Okay. That's Number two, you're at brunch and you got a DJ.
Yep.
What kind of music is DJ playing? What kind of music is the DJ playing?
Yeah.
Because he sure ain't playing gospel in the middle of the day.
You can't twerk the gospel, right?
Stop it. He sure ain't playing gospel. That's number two. It was probably some WAP song or something like that.
Throw that ass in a circle.
It's in an ethnic community, okay? And the way I feel, I go to your restaurant, I order wine. If I want to drink the wine with a straw, you can't tell me what to do, okay? If I'm paying for it, you cannot tell me what to do. And that incident, I guarantee, was just a moment. I don't think it was like throughout the whole brunch. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it was something that happened. Somebody got wild and was dancing through the song. You let that roll. Let that roll. Okay, you let that roll. You diffuse the situation. Let that play out and keep on going. And nobody's at fault for anything. So I think he was dead wrong.
So I guess he should have asked the DJ to change the song.
Change the song or play something a little bit lower tempo or something like that.
So, and listen to like what he was saying. He was like, this is an upscale place. I'm trying to do something nice for my people, and you can't come in here twerking and shit. If you want to twerk, you can go to, call a few clubs, this club and that club, but don't bring that in here. And if you want to do it, you get the fuck out of my restaurant. That's basically where he came from. So I believe he handled it poorly. I'm not saying that the ladies were right in what they were doing, but look, I've been a 20-something-year-old drunk person at brunch doing all types of stupid shit. So I understand that. But to me, he's the professional in the situation. So as a professional, you deal with things professionally.
Yes.
So for one, he did not have, the whole restaurant didn't need to hear his speech. All he could go over to them, talk to them, give them that warning, and said, and if they do it again, it's like, you know what, if you do that again, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And he can just talk to them right there at that table. You didn't have to give some big speech and all that. You didn't have to do all that. So I believe he handled it poorly. With that said,
but what was said in the other 3 times when he approached them, though?
No, but look. So again, I have no problem if he asked them to leave. That happens every day at venues all around the place. People not behaving themselves correctly, and you go and you ask them to leave. That's no issue there. No shoes, no shirt, no twerking, no service. You know what I mean?
How about sometimes we can't even get in the door? How about that?
Yeah. So I have no problem with him asking them to leave. That's perfectly within his right
even though he's a businessman, does not mean he has a professional handle on it.
No, but that's where I'm saying. That's where I'm saying he was wrong. And
we don't know if he is.
Yeah. So I mean, he apologized for his words. Look, I understand it. I get it. You get, as we said, it wasn't his first time over there. He tried to, look, I'm talking to you nicely, and he was doing all this, and and they kept on doing the same thing. But to me, at that point, that's the time I would go as the owner and go and talk to my DJ and say, change the mood a little bit, play something a little different, play some remix of, let's play some different music. If you play, throw that ass in a circle around a bunch of drunk 25-year-olds, what do you think is going to happen? Well, I mean, is that drinking? So I don't know. They probably were. I don't know that for a fact. But look, you're in your early 20s. You're at brunch. You're having a good time. You with your girls. You hear your song that you heard in the club last night, and you get up and you do what you do. That happens. So you have to understand it. Music has a very, it has an impact on your mood and what you decide to do. If the music was different, I guarantee they would have been doing it. So if that has become a problem and you want to maintain this upscale atmosphere, cool. To have the DJ change the music, I guarantee people will respond differently. So
exactly.
I think he handled it poorly.
Yes.
But with that said, it is as a result of the way he handled it, why Roland Martin is talking about his business. People are talking about his business all over the place. So I believe this coming weekend, there's going to be a line around the block trying to get in that place. All publicity is good publicity. Yeah. So I guarantee it's going to be, a monetary benefit for him. But just as a professional, I think he handled it poorly. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
So words
right.
Yes, but
there are nice ways of asking people to leave a restaurant.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Even if you have to, right?
Yeah,
you don't because it could just be a misunderstanding. You tell a guy, "Yo, calm down, man." No matter how much time you tell a patron in your place, you just keep telling him unless it is just unbearable. You're not really asking him to leave, right?
But you don't know if other customers were offended and were asking.
People are always offended.
Their asses weren't offended.
People are always offended. If you're dressed too short in the club, people offended, right? So people are that is just a philosophy me understand with myself now. People are always offended, no matter what you do. You could be the nicest person on the planet, somebody out there hate you. And do nothing.
Which is true.
Yeah, man.
That's
so yeah. So so that was that. That's been a very heavy topic on social media these past few days. So I figured we'd address it, and the discussion went just about as I expected it to go.
Oh, you expected us to say otherwise? Okay.
No, I mean that's what I expected. No, but hey, I think we can all agree that there's a time and place for how one behaves. So
Yeah.
I don't excuse what they did, but I understand it because I've been at that age and doing whatever in whichever place. But one person has the responsibility for being the professional in the situation, and he handled it poorly. And I believe he understands that.